after the night vigil, I had to stand up because my son was crying and I needed us to make this video so because he doesn't like stress. So after the night vigil, in the night vigil, the pastor said, and mind you, that period was Christmas period. You know, Christmas period in the east is always full of harmattan. The weather is always cold. The pastor said they should bring my son. I brought my son. He said I should remove all the clothes that my son was putting on. That the way he came to this world naked, that's how he wants him to be. We removed all the clothes, including the diaper he was wearing. We removed all the clothes that my son was wearing. The pastor started praying. You see, he actually carried my son. This thing I'm saying is painful because I don't want to start crying because it's painful. The man carried my son and turned him upside down and raised his leg up, turned his head on the floor. My son was like this. I don't want to do that, but I don't know if you guys understand what I mean. That was how he carried a baby that is not up to 1 year, turned his head, and he was beating him, saying, "You spirit of foul snake, you spirit of foul snake, get out from this boy, get out from this body." Sorry, you spirit of foul snake, that this boy is a snake. He said that my son is a snake. The pastor said that my son is a snake, that you spirit of foul snake, get out from this body. He prayed. After he stressed this boy started having convulsion. He started shaking, and he was saying that the prayer is working. The whole church was shouting, "Glory, glory." My son was convulsing. My son was almost passing out. And I was young, but I knew that everything was not right. I carried my son from. I actually have to calm myself and my son down. I wore my son his clothes back. A particular woman came to me and said, but my son was still jerking. So when my son was jerking, so I think they find out that this wasn't just ordinary jerking. So they came to the back and said I should allow him to rest. I went home because it was actually a night vigil, and this village is a place that is very scary. My village is a place that is scary at night, but I didn't mind. I went home because I knew that this was not ordinary. And they were busy praying, saying that God, praying that every spirit, this one, still praying. These guys, church, you guys are wicked. Some pastors are just wicked people. They were just still praying, shouting, doing all kind of things. They were still praying. So after I went home, I took my son to the hospital. The doctor saw us and my son was still convulsing. The doctor said what happened to him. I explained to the doctor. The man was very angry with me and said, "Why would you do that? Carrying your child outside in this harmattan and everything." Now the man was very angry with me. So they made him, he got calm. The man said he doesn't know what he could do, that he referred us to FMC. So when we got to FMC the next morning, they did all the whole test. The doctor was like, "What happened?" He asked me my birth history. I told him, and I said, if my son had birth seizure, that this is he told me the repercussion and everything. I said anyway that the only thing he can tell me is my son now have a brain damage. That's what happened. That convulsion that actually happened to him have caused him a brain damage. That he told me that my son is going to automatically be a vegetable. That this is what I have done to myself because I was looking for a miracle. That my son now, I'm going to live with this for the rest of my life. The FMC and the doctor checked my son. After the result came out, the doctor told me that my son is blind, that my son will not talk, that my son can